I'm Chuck Fresh, the PC-GYN, and this is Computer Care Clinic's Tip of the Day. Today we're going to talk about computer warranties. A buyer beware, because computer warranties may not cover what you think they cover. You smell that? Bob, did you fart? Never mind. Let's talk about buying a new computer. So you go into the large big box store and you've traded in your old faithful computer for the latest technology. Excellent, congratulations. You get your new baby home and mad rush and you plug it in without even looking at the instructions or the big sheet of paper that comes in the box. You power it up for the first time and everything's great. Your new computer had that delicious new electronic smell. Dude. And it was so much faster than old Betsy. Life was good. A few months later, tragedy hits home. Your new supercomputer decides it doesn't want to work anymore. You call it a few nasty words, maybe slap it once or twice, and leave the room in frustration. Happens all the time. A few moments later, you remember, hey, ding, I purchased an extended warranty on that computer. Everything's going to be okay. So you unplug your computer and happily truck it over to that big box store and spend a half hour in line watching someone else raise their voice when the store and the technician give them a hard time about the terms of their service contract. You chuckle. You know you're covered. You got the service contract. Finally, it's your turn. Some snot-nosed kid behind the counter sneers. Yeah, what's wrong with you? You explain your situation, but he's obviously not listening. He never even looks you in the eye. You mention a giant red squid is about to eat his ears, but he's still deaf to you. The kid tells you you'll have to leave your computer there for a few weeks at best. You ask him if the only copy of your favorite pictures will still be on the hard drive when you get your computer back. He mumbles, yeah, maybe, I think so. 4 weeks later, you're going stir crazy without your computer. You're sure you have at least 35,000 emails waiting for you. The store forgets to call you, so you stop by to see what's going on. Oh, your computer's done. You pick up your computer and you're shocked to see a bill for over $500 for non-warranty service. It appears your virus and spyware infections were software issues and not hardware issues, so they weren't covered under your hardware warranty. However, your hard drive appeared to be bad, so they replaced it, and they wiped the old one clean and sent it back to the factory as a courtesy. You ask if there's any way to get your old photos, letters, favorites, emails, address book, or anything back from your old PC, and the clerk smiles as he simply utters a visibly non-empathetic, probably not. We hear stories like this every day. Have you ever seen one of those service contracts that you buy at the big box store? It looks something like this. Pages and pages of craziness. There's more fine print on these contracts than there are earmarks on congressional bills. You need to be a freaking patent attorney to make any sense of all this craziness. It's most likely you've been pushed to purchase an extended service contract or warranty in an electronics or appliance store. The salespeople are on some sort of commission when they sell these things. They actually make more selling these contracts than they do selling the appliance. They call these cheese in the industry because it's cheese on top of the product that they can charge you extra for, and the commissions are very, very high. Some salespeople use mind games and pressure and guilt to convince you to buy one of these service contracts. And store warranties are often the highest commission sales. Some salesmen may represent terms of what's covered due to either lack of training or sheer dishonesty. Some of them know the stuff isn't covered, but they're going to try to sell you on it anyway. They figure you're probably not coming back with it. Read the fine print carefully if you buy one of these things or before you buy one of them. So are the extended computer warranties really worth the expense? Well, maybe for a laptop. Maybe if you purchase a very expensive gaming laptop, because they're very fragile and very expensive to fix. And the average life of a laptop is about 18 to 24 months now. So if you buy a 3-year service contract, you'll probably pay a couple $100 for it. So that warranty on the expensive laptop may be worth it. Now, if you buy a laptop that's $400 or $500, it's probably not worth it because the technology will advance, and by the time you need to use the warranty, there'll be all new stuff out, and it's always better to get a new one if you're buying the disposable laptops. And be aware that the in-home service warranties aren't necessarily guaranteeing you an in-home service visit. If you read the fine print, you'll see that often they'll try to remotely diagnose your problem or keep you on the phone for 2 to 3 hours to try to figure out what's going on to avoid sending someone out and incurring the cost of a service call. So you may have to virtually beg and plead to get somebody to come out to your location, so be aware of that. And most reputable computer manufacturers offer at least a standard warranty on computers, manufacturers, parts, and labor, which is 1 year. Remember, they'll cut you off as soon as you mention software. If there's a virus or something they suspect is a software issue, you will get no warranty service, and they will note that in your file permanently, so you can't call back the next day and say, oh, I never called you before, because they've got it right there on their screen and they know exactly what's going on. But most PC warranties do make you either carry it into an authorized service facility, the store where you bought it, or in the case of laptops, you'll probably have to mail them back to the manufacturer. So plan on being away from your computer for several weeks in some cases. And also you have to spend a couple hours on the phone with somebody with a broken English accent from Pakistan, India, or even China these days. So be aware of that before you buy your service contract. The cool thing about our company and other small companies, we offer something called a computer health plan. It's kind of like insurance, although we're not allowed to call it insurance, for your computer. We have some plans that cover unlimited software repair quickly and locally. You drop it off in our store. Some cases we could do it remotely and get you out of here within a day or so. You don't have to worry about broken English accents. As far as I know, everyone who works for us speaks, we all speak English? Pretty much speak fairly fluent English. Some of us have some issues with slang, but we're working to do that. Some of us were fed with soft plastic bottles by our mothers when we were young, and apparently some of that leached into our brains, but we're working to overcome that. Always we back up your data. If we do anything here at Computer Care Clinic, and you should ask this at any computer facility, will you back up my data, and try to get that in writing if you can. We put it on all our contracts. Anytime you put a service contract out there, we're going to replace a hard drive, we attempt to back up your data. In some cases you can't get it. If a hard drive is bad, you may not be able to get to that data, or you may have to send it out and pay, in some cases, a couple $1,000s. But we make every attempt to back up your data, and we're very, very good at it. To make sure that your computer service technician is backing up your data, and before you take it in for warranty service, you probably want to back it up yourself. And also be aware that most computer service warranties, as well as technicians, will erase everything on your hard drive, because that's the easy way out. The first thing they're going to want to do is reload your computer. Just wipe it out and see if that resolves your issues. They have no caring about your data. They don't worry about it. As a matter of fact, it's in the fine print in here that they reserve the right to reload the system without backing up your data. So if you look at the fine print of your contract, you'll see that in there. So be aware of that. Back up your data. You should be backing up anyway. If you don't know how to back up, watch our other video on how to back up to a flash drive. Very, very informative step-by-step instructions there. My name is Chuck Fresh. I am the PC-GYN, and this has been your Computer Care Clinic tip